comes from down in southern Colorado. Just got out of the service and he's looking for some fun someday soon. Going with him someday soon. My parents cannot stand him 'cause he rides the rodeo. My father says that he will leave me crying, but I will follow him right down the toughest road I know someday soon. Going with him someday soon. When he comes to call, my pa ain't got a good word to say. Guess it's 'cause he was just as wild in the younger days. So blow, you old blue northern, blow my love to me. He's driving in tonight from California. He loves his damned old rodeo just as much as he loves me. Someday soon, going with him someday soon. When it comes to call, my pa ain't got a good word to say. Yes, it's 'cause he was just as wild in the younger days. So blow, you old blue northern, blow my love to me. He's driving in tonight from California. He loves his damned old rodeo just as much as he loves me. Someday soon, going with him someday soon. Someday soon, going with him someday soon.
Okay, welcome to Makin Music. I'm your host, Jack Van Breen from Guitar Showcase, and today is a very special event for me because we have brought back together the original Childhood's End, who took a skinny, starving hippie off the street and gave him a job back when I was a mere 17 years old. Welcome, guys.
You were cute back then, too.
He's kind of cute now.
What do you say? We have Dale Barcelos, who was just playing guitar, is now tuning his mandolin. Marilyn Barcelos, his little sister. Actually not. On guitar and vocals. I used to be so in love with you.
You never told me.
Now it
I was
comes
in love
out.
with your wife too, Jack.
Yeah, well,
She was
you
kinda
can,
cute.
never mind. We won't go there. And Rich Schmidt, bass and vocals. And Rich and I run into each other in other bands. She's playing with the CaliforniaCowboys.com.
Cowboys?
Oh, excuse me.
Beach Boys.
Beach Boys, Cowboys. It's all California.
It's country western. Yeah, exactly. Country.
And we go back to Ricardo's. I don't know if I ever told you this story. I had spent the weekend in Lake Tahoe with my buddy Wes Brown, doing all kinds of illicit things, didn't get any sleep, hitchhiked home, called my girlfriend, said, hey, I'm back home, I'm gonna crash for 48 hours. She said, oh, we're going to Ricardo's. They have an open mic you could sit in. And I went, oh, okay. That's the condition I showed up that night.
Wow. Weren't we lucky?
Yes, you were. Because I was out of tune, as I recall. But that was, we had a lot of good times there. Played songs like Someday Soon.
Yeah, kind of a funny little side note is actually, Dale and Marilyn came in while I was playing there. That's how I met them first. I was playing with another guy, Bill.
We used to come and see them
And
play.
they came on the Sunday night, and that's how I met them, the same way. So it was quite a gathering spot.
It's too bad that stage is gone.
Yeah, it was quite an
Chet
opportunity.
Baker used to play that stage on Monday night.
That's
Don
right.
McCaslin.
And in those days, of course, I was a folkie. I never didn't know who Chet Baker was. And it was only later that I looked on the billboard of the front of Ricardo's and discovered that Chet Baker's picture was actually the cover of Time magazine.
Yeah.
Pasted on there in the thing.
Smothers Brothers played there.
That's right.
The Doobie Brothers played there. Of course, we went on to bigger and better things. We went on to the Bodega. We have some pictures of those days. If Emerson can get those up for us on the... there's the band. Before you had the fifth wheel guitar player.
That's right.
That was Pat Slaybaugh on drums.
Yeah, Cookie.
He's playing in a band in Reno
I think
currently.
it's the last time he wore a tie, actually, right there.
That's right.
How did you manage that, Marilyn? I know it was you that did that. And then the next picture is
The expanded version.
the new and expanded version. That was at Vasona
That was the
Park.
last version of the Child Zen band, yeah.
Yeah.
Horn
12
section.
pieces. Horn section.
There was Joe Wheat on the violin.
Jackson, the striped shirt there.
Yes, that was 30 years and 55 pounds less.
Yeah.
And that's my dog, Symphoniana, that Diane's holding.
Oh.
We took that band to Berkeley and got a standing ovation in front of a Tower of Power crowd.
That's
I
right.
couldn't believe that. I was scared to death.
We weren't. This set we're doing now is kind of was our acoustic music dinner set that we used to play at the Bodega.
Right, before we did that wild and crazy
Then
electric
it got
guitar.
kind of crazy, like when the Angels came in and sat in the back of the room after that. Then
Yeah. We used to be the house band for the San Jose chapter of the Hells Angels. There's a scary thought. Let's play
Richard still got the vest there.
Exactly.
let's go ahead and do that Crosby, Stills, Nash thing that we used to do. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Who are on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, your father's hell will slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they fix, the one you know why. Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh. That your elders grew by, so please help them with your youth. They seek the truth before they can die. Teach your parents well, and father's hell did slowly go by, and keep them on your dreams. The one they fix, the one you know why. Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh. And know they love you. that you can live by. And so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well. A father's hell did slowly go by, and feed them on your tree. The one they fix, the one you know why. Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh.
That was 40 years ago.
Yeah, we did a fair job of teaching our children, those of us that
Oh, yeah,
had
they
that.
all,
Well, my dogs learned well, too.
They do. They're very well behaved, and I like that about them.
our kids stayed out of prison. We didn't have any.
Yeah, that's one way to handle that.
Yeah, it's one way to handle that parenthood thing is to go around it. Of course, we're not teaching school, so it's like we get the pleasure of other people's parenthood in our lives.
But you get to send them home after the day.
Exactly.
So.
After the day, well, sometimes it works the other way. They send them to us when they don't.
That's true. I have the benefit of my children are old enough to have procreated themselves, so I get the granddaughter,
Ah,
which is fun, you know. But the nice thing about grandkids is you
Yeah.
go, okay, this one's wet. Bring me a dry one. Let's get a dry one.
you don't change the diapers, huh?
No, I did that for the five I raised. And their turn. So after the bodega, and we went our separate ways for a little bit. Then
For a little bit.
for a little bit, the rhythm section disappeared to the Rocky Mountain States.
Yeah.
We were called the Buns, and when we came back, broke, tired, and destitute, you guys came to the rescue and
And that's right.
put
We
together
formed
the.
a group called the Great Wizard Electric Orchestra, which incorporated the rhythm section from Childhood's End and a fiddle player and some extra people. And
Several fiddle players over the
and
years.
the
as I
biggest version had
Joe
three
Weed,
fiddle
Bruce
players.
Bowers, and Lynn Martin.
Lynn Martin.
And we traveled in the Rockies for about 15 years, I think, off and on with various
More than
arrangements of
that,
that
I
group.
think, yeah. And
Well,
then
we played some after that as a duet.
Yeah, 27 years in all, I think it was, we were in the business.
Yeah, that's still.
49 musicians later, too, I think, or 51. I think we counted them up one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we did do the Childhood's End reunion last March, and we had at one time
35
Yep.
people on stage.
Yeah, and it was just the core players. We didn't have the auxiliary as we used to have.
Yeah.
Did you want to do Walking in My Shoes?
Huh?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's
Yeah.
do a little jazz.
This is a song Dale wrote, and it's called I'm Not Walking Around in Your Shoes.
And the key is okay. She's
Give us a
playing.
count.
Key of D minor, or F in your case, or a D minor, or whatever you want.
Well, you've heard the news that I'm singing the blues, and I can't get you out of my mind. Well, you'd be surprised why they tell all those lies, 'cause I'm not walking around with the blues. Now I've got to run 'cause I'm having some fun with these friends that I met after you. I don't know why, don't you think it's a lie that you can't run away from the blues? Well, I'll drop you a line if you have some time, but I'm running as fast as bad news. Till it stop on a dime if you had some time, but I'm not walking around in your shoes. shoes. I'm not walking around in your shoes.
Boy, we should play a lot of different music. Of course, we don't have cookies, so we can't do our Rolling Stones medley that went on
No,
for 4 hours.
yeah, we can't do the Emerson, Lake and Palmer tune we did without
No,
used to do.
because we don't have Tony.
And then we don't do the Led Zeppelin tunes we used to do, all the cover songs that we used to do.
All that good stuff.
Of course, these days we write material for ourselves because that's what we can play.
There's a secret to writing to where your voice now goes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Rich is still good doing anything he wants. He was
That's
always
true.
exceptionally talented, along with yourself, Jack.
Yes,
You guys were amazing. Rich would come to the club at night and say to us, he'd go, I heard this song on the radio. Yeah, I think it's in the key. It kind of goes like this.
It goes like this.
Fall in on your parts. And he'd start singing, and we'd jump in on harmonies without practice and play it live.
Well,
It was bananas.
You and Dale had the reputation in the Valley of instant harmony. You know, if somebody was doing a session, they'd call you and you'd show up and lay harmonies on the first take and go home, you know. Of course, in those days, nobody ever paid for that, so.
Yeah, we didn't make a lot of money.
But we had a lot of fun. On the other hand,
we did make a living because in those days it was the mating years of the baby boom generation, and there was lots of demand for live music in the clubs in those days.
well, we were making,
Yeah.
and this is in the early 70s, we were making $50 a man.
A
I
night.
bought a house in downtown San Jose making $50 a night playing in a band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6 nights a week.
And the amazing thing is here, 35 years later, what do we make playing in a band? Let me think. Oh, yeah, $50.
If you're lucky.
If I'm lucky, that's almost enough gas to get to Santa Cruz and back for the gig.
Yeah, right.
Tried to rent a house. let
Or you
alone
play
buy
for
one.
tips or nothing.
We all bought homes while we were
Oh,
playing
can we
music.
play for free in your club? Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is like you have to pay now, right, to play at some of the clubs.
Oh,
you have to
geez,
play.
that's nice of them.
Yeah, well, it's not
Gracious.
quite that bad. They let you sell tickets and you get to keep half of what you sell.
Oh,
So that's not too bad. You guys gave me a list of stuff that.
Is there one on
You want us
there?
to read it for you,
Is there
Jack?
a one for Richard there?
I don't think so. We just did the.
you want me to read that for you, Rich?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they still work. They still work. Well, we are going to do Woodstock, but it involves too much
Yeah,
change.
too much
So I
changes.
think we'll pass that. But how about I just seen a face, something like that? We can-
Okay.
Oh, banjo too.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, we'll cover all the bases.
You gonna sing the melody on this one?
What key we're doing this in?
What key do you want this in?
G, I thought.
G, okay.
Isn't that what we did?
Yeah, that's
Stop
fine.
key.
Oh, no, we
No, it's
picked
in
it up
A.
A. Up to A. Up to A.
You're messing with me.
Key of
We
A,
are,
Jack, sorry.
I know. Actually, the Beatles work better for you there.
Want to borrow a cable?
No, I'll continue to play this with my brand new Gretsch that I got at Guitar Showcase.
Now,
There
Jack,
you go, Gary.
Jack, you work at Guitar Showcase.
I do.
And so, does any of your money ever get home when you work there? I mean, you pay
Come
some
on, I've only bought one guitar this year.
This year. It's January, February.
I only bought one guitar last year. It's that great resonator I used on that
that's
session.
I think we all still have that habit. We haven't kicked the guitar instrument habit or the
Purchasing
music.
habit, yeah.
This is only number
We
6.
all still buy gear like we're working in the business, don't we?
Exactly.
Marilyn was saying the other day that we should go wireless. You know, we should go wireless. There's too many wires on stage. And I said, Marilyn, we play like twice a year. That's like.
Yeah, but a good wireless system is only going to run you about $400.
1, 2, 3.
I just seen a face, I can't forget the time or place when we just met. She's just a girl for me, and I want all the world to see we met. Na 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 na. Had it been another day, I might have looked the other way, and I'd have never been aware that as it is, I dream of her tonight. Na 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 na. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. I just see the face, I can't forget the time and place when we just met. She's just the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we bet. Na 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 na. Had it been another day, I might have looked the other way, and I'd have never been aware. But as it is, I dream of her tonight. Na 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 na. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Or whatever.
Oh, man. Hard to remember what parts
not
we
gonna
sang.
stay.
The endings, the beginnings.
The beginnings, the endings, all that stuff. I think we have time for, he's going to give me, we have time for the extended album version of one of my favorite songs that Marilyn always used to sing. And I think this isn't the one, but I remember one night we called, I don't remember what the name of the song is, but we called this beautiful ballad. And I went, great, and I got my guitar all ready, and I said, Marilyn, what key is this in? Because I had this thought. And she said, it's in the key of D. And I went, great. And I counted the song, and I came in, I played this great opening lick that sounded horrendous. And I went,
Horrendous?
yeah, it sounded terrible. I was going, what's going on here? And I shuffled around, and I looked over, and you were capoed up. And so you were playing a D chord in the key of F.
Somewhere else.
No.
And I learned from that, and I know it's, Marilyn, turn around and show me your first chord. But this is a song that I
It's
think
actually
is,
in the key of D.
This one actually is.
yeah, it's great stuff. And this song I think is real appropriate.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Can we tune for the last song?
We haven't tuned yet. So, folks, we've been making music for you here. I'm Jack from Guitar Showcase. I should have said but it's been a long day. Rich Schmidt, Marilyn Barcelos, Dale Barcelos, Childhood Zen. We'll try doing another Childhood Zen gig soon. Maybe at one of the various coffee shops in our neighborhood.
Do an acoustic, an unplugged.
I was just thinking about how many of the instruments we played over the years came from Guitar Showcase.
Yeah.
We're probably, between us, are probably a couple $100,000 in this showcase.
I know I am, and I work there.
So maybe like a $250,000 between us of Guitar Showcase revenue.
2, 3, 4.
Across the morning sky, all the birds are leaving. But then it's time for them to go. For the winter fire, we'll still be dreaming. I do not count the time. Who knows where the time goes? Who knows where the time goes? Sad deserted shore,